Well, welcome everybody to St Mary's Church. We're going to record a psalm every day, Monday to Friday, for you to view at home, a psalm that goes with a prayer. The Psalms are the poetry book of the Bible, and they reach parts of us that nothing else does. The word soul is recorded in the Psalms more than any other book in the Bible. So the Psalms go deep, and they speak deeply into us, and they speak deeply out of us. Very often the Psalms come with a lot of emotion, and they encourage us to understand that we can speak to God in any circumstance, whatever our feeling and emotion. That sometimes anger, sometimes that's fear, sometimes that's delight and joy, and we'll discover that as we go through. The Psalms are the ones set by the Church of England. We haven't chosen these Psalms particularly for the current circumstances, but I find when I read the Psalms they give me a particular perspective on what's going on around me, or some thought to take with me into the day. They bring God and His view of things into my life. So I hope you find the same thing as we go through these Psalms together. It may help you a great deal if you could have the text in front of you. So if you're following this and you haven't got a Bible in front of you, just hit the pause button and go off and find a Bible and turn to today's Psalm, which is Psalm 77. Psalm 77. Psalm 77 is written by a psalmist at a time when he was in great distress, a real anxiety that God has gone quiet, that God might not care anymore. He dares to voice questions that are searingly honest. You'll hear them as we go through. And the answer the psalmist comes up with is to bring back into his conscious mind, into the present, his present reality, the way that God has acted in the past, and especially to remember the time in the Exodus when God, that definite time in the Old Testament history when God acted so powerfully for his people. So let's jump into Psalm 77. Psalm 77. I cry aloud to God. I cry aloud to God, and He will hear me. In the day of my trouble, I have sought the Lord. By night, my hand is stretched out and does not tire. My soul refuses comfort. I think upon God. And kind of what we expect when we think about God is that it's going to be something good, that God is hopeful, God is kind, God is loving. The psalmist writes, I think upon God and I groan. I ponder and my spirit faints. O God, you will not let my eyes close. I'm so troubled that I cannot speak. I consider the days of old. I remember the years long past. I commune with my heart in the night. My spirit searches for understanding. And here come those questions that we dare not express sometimes. Will the Lord cast us off forever? Will He no more show us His favour? Has His loving mercy clean gone forever? Has His promise come to an end forevermore? And here's the worst of them. Has God forgotten how to be gracious? Has He shut up His compassion in displeasure? And I said, my grief is this, that the right hand of the Most High has lost its strength. But I will remember the works of the Lord and call to mind your wonders of old time. I will meditate on all your works and ponder your mighty deeds. For your way, O God, is holy. Who is so great a God as our God? You are the God who worked wonders and declared your power among the peoples. With a mighty arm you redeemed your people, the children of Jacob and Joseph. The waters, that's the waters of the Red Sea, the waters saw you, O God. The waters saw you and were afraid. The depths also were troubled. The clouds poured forth water. The skies thundered. Your arrows flashed on every side. The voice of your thunder was in the whirlwind. Your lightnings lit up the ground. The very earth trembled and shook. Your way was in the sea, and your paths in the great waters. But your footsteps were not known. You led your people like sheep by the hand of Moses and Aaron. And that's where the psalm finishes, with that image of God leading his people through something that threatened to overwhelm them. So we take a moment to pray. O God, our shepherd, you led us and saved us in times of old. Do not forget your people in their troubles, but raise up your power to sustain the poor and the helpless. For we turn to you and trust in you. For the honor of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.